Happy Thursday, guys. This little chat, quickly, I'm going to try and do it real quick, is just a little more PSA type rant than like a true serum, all about food allergies. So this is more so for, well, I guess it's for people with food allergies and people that don't understand people with food allergies, because I'm going to clear up a lot of things. If you didn't know, I'm someone with food allergies. I got tested 10 years ago for food allergies, and prior to that, maybe TMI, but I used to have terrible stomach pains with a lot, eating a lot of stuff. I went to the ER like several times, and every single time that, I would wait to see what they would say, a doctor would diagnose me with like IBS. And if you've never got diagnosed with IBS, it's basically like a bullshit diagnosis. That is like an umbrella over like 1,000 different things. And for me, every time I got told that, it just kind of felt like that doctor didn't want to take the time to like actually figure out maybe what the problem was. Maybe it was something I ate. No, they just say IBS. Maybe they give you a medicine, a prescription, because that's the society we live in. That's a whole nother story. But, so it wasn't until like an, more like naturopathic doctor suggested I get allergy tested. So I went through the whole thing. If you've never got allergy tested, I got blood, urine, and hair tested, and they give you everything. They give you like a list of things that all your body reacted to, and then you take all of those out of your diet and slowly add them back in and see what your body can tolerate. So after all of that, I'm allergic to gluten, soy, and dairy. I'm like so much fun to go out with. But, and I also grew up with a brother that has a severe egg allergy. So we're like a great family to go out to dinner with, if you can't tell. But so that's my backstory. So I'm coming from the side that has, dealt with this for 10 years. I grew up watching it, and I'm just sharing this because I know that so many people get frustrated with like dealing with people with food preferences, or if they're like a vegan, or it's like that millennial generation thing, and like everyone, is just like so specific about what they want to eat and, everything. So I just wanted to explain it from like my point of view, because I know it's frustrating on the opposite side. And so, if you don't know what a food allergy is, it's basically when your immune system attacks a food protein. Typically it's harmless, but your body doesn't think that. And, it thinks it's like an intruder or a toxin. A food intolerance or sensitivity is basically like just something that's like less severe. So, those are kind of the differences. And my, reactions to if I eat something I'm not supposed to, it's basically like I'm in the fetal position for like 2 hours. Just leave me alone. The night's ruined. My brother's reaction is more of like a very severe anaphylactic shock type, has to use an EpiPen. We have to go to the ER, where he has to make himself get sick. So, two different things, but like they're both awful, and but they're both like serious. Like, even though I am not going to have to like shoot myself with an EpiPen, or like there's a chance I could die, it sucks. And like I said, like I know it's annoying for other people to deal with, but like guess what else is annoying? Having to carry food in my purse all the time, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat at a restaurant. Going to a wedding. As someone with food allergies, going to a wedding is the most terrifying thing that you can do. I've definitely had to like walk around a reception and find the caterer to ask what's in something, and even then half the time they don't know. So like it's super frustrating. And like going to a restaurant, like, I'm sorry, maybe I'm a bitch, but like it's 2018. I have no tolerance. If I'm going to a nice restaurant, eating a nice meal, and I ask the waiter or waitress if there is gluten in something, and they ask me what gluten is, like, no, nope, that should have been on your test when you got hired as a waiter. Like, you should know that in this day and age. You should know what's in the meals. Like, that's just, and like this happens to me all the time. So this is just like a rant, because it's so frustrating. And like, I've been a waitress, and like a long time ago, and I still, like, if somebody asks you what's in something and I didn't know, I went and asked. Like, it's not that hard. Because I've been to restaurants so many times where they don't know, or else you ask them and they just like look at you like you're an idiot. no. I just the other weekend ordered a Bloody Mary, shocker. But for those of you that don't know, the mix that's made, you know, that Bloody Marys are made with, unless they're made from scratch, like Zing Zang is a very popular one, like that has gluten in it. It's used as a thickener in Bloody Mary. So like I ordered a Bloody Mary, asked the waitress if there was gluten in it, and she just stared at me. It was super uncomfortable. But then she went and asked, like, it's not that hard. All you have to do is go ask the bartender, look at the bottle. Like, this is not that difficult. And like, you know, the other thing that's annoying is that I think people think gluten-free is like, it's like very trendy. And I think, you know, a lot of people think it's healthier. So they say they're gluten-free. And like, no, gluten-free is not always healthier. Like, French fries are gluten-free. Potato chips are gluten-free. They make gluten-free, they make tons of processed foods that are gluten-free. They can make gluten-free cookies. Guess what? They take out gluten, they put a bunch of other shit in. It's not healthy. So, you know, and whatever, like you do you. If that's your preference when you go to a restaurant, you want your meal made gluten-free, great. I really love it when, you know, waiters ask, is it an allergy or is it a preference? Because I think, you know, they obviously, if you say you have an allergy, they should take it seriously. But all these people that are just saying gluten-free because it's like a trend or a fad or whatever, like it gives less credibility to somebody that actually has a gluten allergy. And because there's so many people that say that now, I feel like a lot of people don't take it seriously. And like, it really like sucks. Like a definite anxiety. If I go to a restaurant, never been there, can't see the, you know, menu ahead of time. And I know that seems like super high maintenance, but like, it's not fun to go to dinner a lot, which like, that's such a fun thing. It's such a social thing. Like, I mean, that's like a thing that, you know, me and my boyfriend do all the time. And I know he's like very patient now. I'm sure in the beginning he was like, what the F? Nope. I'm gonna peace out on this. Cause like, who has that many allergies? But I know it's frustrating for other people. So, you know, and something else, the last thing I will say that's annoying is that I've dealt with this for a long time. I've done the research. I've helped other people with it. Like, if you are sitting there telling me that your stomach hurts when you eat this, or like you get really tired after you like eat certain foods, or like you don't feel good, or you feel foggy, and I like, don't discredit me for, you know, telling you that maybe you should get allergy tested. Like, that's not just like a new age thing. I mean, these are like, there's all sorts of reactions that you get from food. And so like, I don't know, if you're feeling like shit after you eat certain foods all the time, like it's just repetitive, I mean, maybe stop eating that food and see what's happened. I'm not saying that you have to go get like allergy tested because it is expensive and maybe insurance pays for it now. Definitely didn't pay for mine, but just take that food out of your diet for like 2 weeks. That's typically like the time that it takes for your body to like rid itself of most. I mean, obviously it's not going to get rid of everything, but you know, if you think you might have a gluten allergy or a dairy allergy, take it out of your diet for like 2 weeks and see if you feel better. Dairy is like a big one for acne too. That can be a big like reaction. So that's just what I wanted to share. Sorry if that was kind of bitchy, but just wanted to share that with everyone. So be nice to the glutards. They have problems too. Have a great weekend.